Welcome to Charts Today. My name's David Linton, and today's edition for Monday, the 7th of December, comes to you from London. And we start by looking at the dollar. Had a very bad week last week. This is a weekly chart here. We see that candle, the daily chart, just steady decline. And the 60-minute chart, the shorter term chart, we're seeing a little bit of recovery this morning. So remembering this is my long-term, medium-term and short-term view of the market with the corresponding point and figure charts. So weak dollar has been a theme this last week, looking a bit better this morning. Euro, of course, therefore breaking out, just turning down on that short-term chart. Sterling down 1.4%. Brexit fears weighing a bit heavily at the moment. So we are seeing that turning short-term bearish with a downside target of further 1.3% lower. And against the euro, we're down by a similar amount. Bitcoin is sitting at $19,200, holding that level quite comfortably. We're seeing the S&P 500 index climbed higher, had a good positive week last week. And the NASDAQ also breaking higher last week to all-time highs, so that's all good for the market. We are seeing the futures down this morning, the S&P future down 0.49%, the NASDAQ E-mini down 0.2%, and the VIX volatility therefore increasing by 7%, just getting back into short-term bullish. So we're not out of the woods in terms of the fear factor, the fear index just kicking higher. We're looking at the cash markets in Europe this morning, the DAX down 0.45%, the CAC 40 down 0.8%, and we saw Asia mostly lower as well, Tokyo down 0.8%, Hong Kong down 1.2%, and the Shanghai Composite down 0.8% as well, just not managing to break out of this range yet. The Aussie market bucked the trend up 0.7%. Sorry, India was up 0.7%, and the Aussie market bucked the trend up 0.6%. So we are seeing a mixed picture in Asia, but it's all about this US opening. Gold sitting at $1,830, just pausing around this level. We've got upside targets, some 4% higher on the short-term chart. The long-term chart's still looking good. Silver holding $23 level, which is the pretty critical level for silver. And US 10-year yields just ticking up to 0.95%. So it'll be interesting to see if we can get above that 1% level. But we are seeing that steady increase in yield levels. Looking at the energy mix, we've got Brent crude down 1.3% this morning. Had a pretty strong end to the week last week. It was flat for most of the week, as we predicted. Did just tick up in the end of the week, but it's giving those gains up this morning. In fact, the energy mix, you can see from the screen of red, is mostly down. US nat gas down heavily, down 5%. We called this lower this morning. We've got downside targets much lower. Coal actually is little changed and has got good upside targets, especially on that 1-minute chart. So we're bullish coal this morning, and emissions, although we're down 1.6% this morning, we do still have these targets hanging higher. Breaking this 31 level is going to be critical for emissions. Gas prices looking lower this morning. TTF down 3%, and winter gas down 3%. We've gone bearish this week. We've got downside targets there. Power markets looking a little bit more restrained. We're in this range on German power, so we're neutral this week on power markets, just watching. Hitting resistance there around that 43 level. That's a level that's been tested a few times this year and we've fallen away from. And most of the other power markets looking bearish as well. Looking at Nordic power, no, we don't really have clear downside targets here, so we're just really waiting for the price action this week, but it is falling away. So we're more bearish gas than power for the week ahead. That's it for today. Until tomorrow, happy charting. See you then.